Good morning. Welcome everybody to today's lecture. Before we start, I would like to tell you that all of the countries are facing very huge crisis of coronavirus, as our country facing this crisis too. I want to pray to God that everybody gets healed, gets proper medication, gets their health back as soon as possible. And we pray that the calamity that has fallen upon everybody gets cured faster and sooner. And we pray for everybody who has this virus or facing life and death situation. With this note, I'll begin my lecture that is targeting third year students. Good luck. Today we are going to talk about morphology. First of all, we need to ask ourselves, what is morphology? And is it necessary to study morphology? Morphology defines as what? It's a science that studies the smallest grammatical units of language. Means we are studying the forms itself. Okay? So these forms in English technically known as what? As a morpheme. It's known as what? As a morpheme. I'm going to give you an example here. Like see. The English word talk, talks, talker, talking, okay, consists of what? Two morphemes. So what is the morpheme? The morpheme is a minimal unit of meaning or grammatical function. So the word itself, like talk, it's a morpheme, and the plural s is also a morpheme, talks. So now this word is what? Consists of two morphemes. Okay. We have another example. The police reopened the investigation. So here the reopened. Just this word will have what? Three morphemes. First of all, the morpheme re, meaning again, okay, and the morpheme itself, the morpheme open, okay, and the other morpheme is what? The ed indicates what? It indicates the past tense. So just one word have three morphemes. To make it simple more and to make it more clear, we need to divide these morphemes. We need to make it more clear as well. We are going to divide it to what? To free morpheme and bond morpheme. So what is free morpheme and what is bond morpheme? A free morpheme, it's a morpheme that can stand alone by itself and can have a meaning by itself. Like the word open, okay? The word open itself, it has a meaning and can stand alone by itself. But when we are attaching to it other morpheme like prefixes or suffixes like re or the past tense ed, this is called what? It's called a bond morpheme. Why it's bond morpheme? Because it cannot stand alone. Every time their meaning change. How is their meaning change? Like if I'm going to attach to open, means something else. If I'm going to say that reopen, if I'm going to attach it to on, I'm using on, like undressed. So here I'm going to have another example. It's called undressed. Undressed. The free morpheme dress, I'm attaching to it the prefix on. It's called the bond morpheme. Okay. And I can also attach to it the suffix, the bond morpheme, the past tense, the ed, undressed. Or carelessness. Carelessness, care itself, it's a free morpheme. Less, it's a bond morpheme. And ness also is a bond morpheme. We have in English sometimes words like repeat, reduce, receive. These words, here the re, it is not a bond morpheme actually. Because see and reduce and repeat, it cannot stand alone. They don't have meaning by itself. But when I attach to it, the re, receive or reduce or repeat, it can stand alone by itself. So here it is not a bond morpheme. Actually, it's a bond stem. Why it's a bond stem? Because the word itself, receive or reduce or repeat, itself is one word. That's why it's called what? Stem, bond stems. Okay. Now we're going to talk about lexical and functional morpheme. So what is lexical morpheme and what is functional morpheme? Any free morpheme like tiger, gill, open, book, look, break, any word that have a meaning, okay? It's called what? It's called lexical morpheme. But other type of morphemes are called functional morpheme. Like what? An example are and, but, when, because, on, near, above, and etc. This is called what? It's called functional morpheme, and we are calling it closed class. Why it's a closed class? Because it is what we know it in English, these functional morpheme. We can add more to our language. We have the are, we have the is. So, a functional morpheme which simply modifies the meaning of word rather than supplying the root meaning. Functional morpheme are generally considered a closed class, which means that new functional morpheme cannot normally be created. Okay? That's why we are calling it's a closed morpheme, functional morpheme. Okay, we cannot create more than this. So now we have open class and we have closed class. Open class is the lexical morpheme. Closed class is what? Is the functional morpheme. Now we are going to talk about derivational and inflectional morpheme. To make it more clear, to make it more simple, we need to divide it to derivational morpheme and inflectional morpheme. So what is derivational morpheme? What is inflectional morpheme? So now we need to understand what is derivational morpheme and what is functional morpheme. A derivational morpheme is an affix, a group of letters added before the beginning, we call it a prefix, or after the end, we call it suffix, of a root or base word to create a new word or a new form of an existing word. Listen to this example. If I have good, good is what? Good is adjective, right? Good is adjective. If I'm attaching to it the suffix ness, goodness, goodness, goodness now is what? It's a noun. So I change the category from adjective to noun. So we are calling it derivational. We use these bond morphemes to make a new words, okay, or to make words of all different grammatical category from the stem itself. So, inflectional morpheme. What is inflectional morpheme? Inflectional morpheme is a suffix that's added to a word, okay, a noun, a verb, adjective, or an adverb to assign a particular grammatical property to that word, such as tense, number, etc. So, inflectional morpheme, these are not used to produce a new words in the language, but rather to indicate aspect of the grammatical function of word. Inflectional morpheme are used to show if a word is a plural or singular, if it's a past tense or not, if it's a comparative or not, etc. So I'm going to give you an example here. Play, played, also two morphemes. Car, cars, also two morphemes. But here I'm not changing the category of that word, nor I'm changing the meaning of that word. Here I'm doing what? The ed indicate the past tense, okay? The s indicate the plural. So I use the inflectional morpheme here to indicate aspect of the grammatical function of a word. Indicate aspect of the grammatical function of a word. That's it. I'm not changing the meaning, I'm not changing the category. That's why it differs from what? From derivational morpheme, because in derivational morpheme we are changing, we are making some changes. That's why we are calling it derivational morpheme. Now we are going to talk about morphs and allomorphs. We can propose morphs as the actual forms used to realize morphemes. For example, the form cars consists of two morphs, car plus s, cars. The s here indicate the plural. It's inflectional morpheme. Also we can have bus plus es, buses. Also indicate the plural, also inflectional morpheme. When we find a group of different morphs, all versions of one morpheme, we can use the prefix alone, one of a closely related set. and describe them as polymorphs of that morpheme. There are a number of other morphological processes at work in a language like English, such as those involved in the range of polymorphs for the morpheme past tense. These include the common pattern in work plus past tense that produced walked, and also the special pattern that takes go plus past tense and produces irregular past forms called went. Thank you too much.